Really wish I was joking when I say this. I don't know how to flirt with guys. I don't know how to do it. I've tried. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I don't know how to do it. I don't care to know how to do it. I like having guy friends. I like talking to my guy friends, but when it comes down to I don't know how to do it. So last night I'm going to dinner with my girlfriends and we're in the car and I say right before we get to dinner, I go, please, dear God, let there be cute guys at this place that we can talk and flirt to for my growth, because I need to learn. But men scare me because I'm like, what do you want? Do you want my love or do you want my hole in my pants? Because that's what I say. That's how bad I am at this. Okay, anyway, as soon as we get in the restaurant, after praying to God himself, I'm not even kidding when I say this, every single table was filled with women. I couldn't believe it. We looked at each other, we were like, what kind of fucking game is this? Is this a sign? What's the sign? You want me to be gay or alone? What the fuck? So I take it as a sign. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hang out with my girlfriends. We go to the next spot. There's the guys. There they are. And I'm kind of freaking out because my friend keeps saying, oh my God, there's so many hot guys here. And I'm like, really? Where? I didn't even want to look at them. Okay. I was fucking facing away from them on purpose. She's like, Aubrey, turn around. Let them look at you. I'm like, what is this, Animal Planet? Why do they need to look at me? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I don't know. I started having a panic attack. I started sweating and I was like, I have to go. I went to the bar and started putting an ice cube on my fucking face because I was just panicked, and then I just Irish goodbye.
She prayed. God sent the men. She panicked and ran. Kings, this isn't nerves. This is a woman who spent so long being approached that she never developed the skill of engaging. And now that men have stepped back, she's standing in a bar with an ice cube on her face, wondering why nothing is working. You can't outsource all the effort for years and then expect the muscle to be there when you need it. It doesn't work that way for men, and it doesn't work that way for women either. If you're building that social confidence right now, this channel was made for you. Hit subscribe and stay in the room with men who are moving with purpose.
What the fuck is going on with dating in Australia right now? When I'm overseas, like in Europe, I get asked at least once a fucking day for my number. They don't even ask for my number. They ask, can I take you out to lunch? Stuff like that. Men here, hey babes, like, could I get your snap? And could you come over at like 12 at night? Maybe I can get like Uber Eats and we can watch the footy. There's such a difference between Australian boys and European boys. European boys will cheat on you, don't get me wrong. But at least they're nice to you before they cheat on you. I don't know if it's because things are so expensive now, but these men will not pay for anything. They want 50-50. The only time I get approached in Australia is if I'm at the club. I honestly think dating apps have negatively affected dating in Australia or all over the world, but mainly in Australia because men just don't do anything.
European men will cheat on you, but at least they're nice first. That's the bar. Kings, she traveled the world, and her conclusion is that the problem is geography, not the dynamic she brings to every continent she lands on. A man in any country reads the situation quickly. If the terms aren't worth it, he doesn't spend. That's not an Australian problem. That's just men doing basic maths.
I have a question for the millennials that are dating right now. Do men actually buy you dinner? Or on a date, are they just like, hey, let's meet for coffee? Like back in my day, if a man told me that he wanted to take me out for coffee for a date, I might do that one time during the day. But if he just kept wanting to meet me for sandwiches and coffee, I would be tapping out. I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm out. If you can't afford to buy me a meal, there's zero chance we have a future. You gotta pay to play. Most of the Gen X women I know, there's zero chance we ever would have dated a guy if he didn't have huge potential or money. We would not have done it.
Coffee is disqualifying. Sandwiches are disqualifying. Pay to play or goodbye. Kings, a man who takes a woman for coffee and genuinely connects with her over a great conversation, just got eliminated because of the menu. Meanwhile, the man who takes her to an expensive dinner says nothing interesting and picks up the check is still in the running. That's not a dating standard. That's a financial screening process with romance as the cover story.
All right, excuse the way I look, but I just have to rant here. So I live in an apartment complex right now. We just moved from North Carolina to Georgia. I will insert here what happens. Or the oil cover of my car came off as I was driving down here from North Carolina. Well, I lost one screw, but I got it done like 3 hours later. But my thing is, what happened to men if they see a woman underneath her car trying to fix something, going up to them and saying, "Ma'am, do you need help?" When I tell you the amount of cars and men that walked by and didn't say anything, just stared at me as I was trying to get these screws back on my car when I don't even know how to work on cars. I had to call my brother from Louisiana to help me. Thank God for him, and to help me find which screw. Now that no one could help me with but him, but just the application of just putting this thing back on my car and no one asking to say, "Ma'am, can I help you?" Some old lady just asked me, "Are you okay, sweetie?" That's the first person that asked me out of the millions of guys that have walked by. Like, what happened to this world? I just guess I'm just so annoyed, frustrated, and have no hope anymore for these men. I don't know. It's just been a really crappy first 2 days here, just with everything happening. I just have a lot of stuff going on. But what has happened to this world? Do you see the sweat? Everything? Yeah. And no one even asked if they could help. No, I had 2 cars pulled in the spot next to me as I'm standing there. I'm only standing there, dripping sweat, trying to get all my stuff together. And people just start backing in. Backing in. Oh, then let me pull forward and then scoot more so I can hit you as I'm trying to back in. And this was a man who just did this as I was finishing up. I don't know what I gotta do, but I'm just fuming inside that this is what this world has come to. Now, I'm not saying every single man, but at least the men in this apartment complex that I'm now living in. I guess I'll pray for y'all. Have a good day, ladies. And remember, this shows that you don't need a man. But still, just the thought of a man coming to see if you're okay when you have car problems. Guess just don't expect that anymore. At least in this apartment complex. Have a good day.
Men walked by. She's furious. But notice she never asked for help. Not once. She expected men to read the situation, override the cultural message they've been sent for years about unsolicited help being unwanted, and rush over anyway. Kings, men didn't stop helping because they stopped caring. They stopped helping because every time they stepped in without being asked, they risked being wrong. So they adjusted. And now she's fuming that they adjusted too well. You can't train a generation out of something and then be surprised when they've learned the lesson.
I was ghosted. People are way too comfortable ghosting now. So I think I told you guys, I met another guy who was also from Baltimore who I met in person, right? Mind you, this guy approached me, wanted my number, has been texting me, wanted to go out on a date with me, planned the date with me, made the reservation. 2 days before, we were talking for not I don't know, majority of the day, right? Not too much, nothing crazy, but where I was like, I'm excited. He's like, I'm excited for the date too. Next day rolls around, Friday, text him a little bit more. He sends me where we're going. He says, do you like this type of food? I say, sure do. I like all food. Sounds great. He says, great. I'll see you tomorrow at 7. Next day, he texts me in the morning. Good morning. Confirms again. And then I text him at 12 maybe, looking forward to seeing you later. I'll let you know when I'm on my way. No response. I text him at 6:30 and I was like, hey, I'm gonna head out now. I'll see you soon. Are you on your way? Right? Because he lives in Baltimore. And so I wanted to know if he was going to be late. No response. It takes me a while to realize that I've been ghosted. So I don't go to the restaurant because it's relatively close where I live. And so I'm I could always just, it's probably a 5-minute Uber, whatever. 7 o'clock comes and goes, nothing. I text him at like 7:30, like, hey, hope everything's okay. No response.
He planned it, confirmed it again, and then disappeared an hour before. Kings, that man isn't a king. That's a coward who couldn't find the courage to cancel like an adult. There's no defending it, but here's what's worth noting. She gave this man her full emotional investment based on texts, not time together, not track record, just confirmation messages and excitement. That's a fragile foundation to build anticipation on. Protect your emotional energy the same way you protect your time. Neither should be given freely before someone has earned them.
Guys, let me tell you the nerve of this man. Like, men are really fucking delusional. So last week I was supposed to go on a date with this guy, and I let him know beforehand, like, don't cancel no date like the same day. I'm not gonna reschedule the date. Like, that's just it, right? He's like, okay. He picks a day, he picks a place, he picks a time. The day comes, right? He's very distant, barely texting me, and I already knew what was going on, right? I didn't text him, I didn't say anything. Maybe an hour before the date, right? I already knew I wasn't gonna go on the date, but he texted me an hour before the planned date, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna have to cancel today, and I know you don't do rescheduling, so have a nice life. I wish you the best. I wrote him back, I was like, you're a joke. You're a joke. And then I blocked the number, and then I unblocked it. Like, I didn't want to hear the reply back, but I unblocked the number because I don't need his number blocked. I don't know. I just unblocked it. Maybe like a couple hours later. And then I get a text message today. I'm on the Stairmaster, and I get a text message, and the text message is like, so it's dead? And I don't know whose number it was because I deleted our messages, everything. And I'm like, who's this? And he was like, your favorite joke. Oh, you think you're funny. You think you're so fucking funny. So I wrote him back. I said, don't text my fucking phone. He was like, wow, over one date that I missed? Yes. Over one date. Now I'm gonna have to block you permanently because now you think you got access to me. Oh, and he sent me a friend request on Instagram. Like, he thinks I'm a joke.
She blocked him, then unblocked him. Kings, she said everything with that one move. The block was the performance. The unblock was the truth. She's furious at him and still checking to see if he texts. That's not anger. That's attachment dressed in attitude. And a man who knows what indifference looks like can spot the difference immediately. When someone shows you they're done and then immediately shows you they're not, believe the second thing. It's always the honest one.
Hottest girls always have the worst love life, and that's because we're always lusted over and not loved on. It is crazy to me that men will literally see you. They will see that you take care of yourself, that you exude this confidence, you have this amazing aura. You're somebody that not only takes care of your physical body, but you take care of your spirit, your energy, the way that you move in this world, the way that you dress, the way that you show up, and they will still literally take advantage of that. At one point, you start to question, like, is there somebody that's going to see me beyond my looks? Is there somebody that's going to see me beyond of what I physically am?
She's asking the right question. Is there someone who'll see past the surface? The answer is yes. But that man doesn't lead with lust. He leads with discernment. He's watching how she moves, how she treats people, what she values, whether her character matches her confidence. And here's the thing. A woman who only practices being beautiful never develops what keeps a man who sees deeply. Beauty opens the door. Substance determines whether he stays. A king who has built himself thoroughly is looking for both. Be the man who can see past the surface and require that she has something worth seeing when you do. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a man who needs to hear this. Subscribe and hit the notifications bell to stay updated. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.